Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? Today is April 1st. It is the beginning of a beautiful month, a month that is described as a time for the most awakening for the human souls right now on our planet. I don't know why exactly, which I hope to find out today, but for some reason, the collective is at its ripest time for consciousness and for awakening and for understanding what's going on and for seeing the bigger picture and for really tying and into and laying down the foundation to get to your authenticity and to your real purpose, your dharma, so to speak. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards. I am going to ask about the month of April for everyone, and also, what this energy of the Aries new moon is all about, how they coincide, how they work together. I decided to make the reading a joint cause because I think that they have a lot to do with each other. Aries being a beginner, a motivator, an initiator, and a really steadfast, ballistic energy, and the new moon being the beginning of new cycles. April is very much a part of this beginning of spring energy. We're going to start seeing the flowers, which we already are here in Louisiana, but we're also going to be feeling the rains and feeling all of the resources that we need in order to grow and have a fruitful summer and have a fruitful harvest. So I am going to shuffle the deck and see what comes forward. So a concept is actually coming forward that I think I need to share with the collective. Because we are in such a potent vibration this month, such a big time for humanity and our collective consciousness, it's very important to realize that we as humans tend to cut off parts of our soul, parts of our personality that do not fit in society or in our family dynamics. Sometimes we do this, most of the time, we do this very subconsciously. We call it fracturing. We shave off that side of ourselves, we put it far away, and we pull in other aspects that we do approve of and shine them really bright so that they kind of take over and distract you from the gaping hole that is now called your shadow. So at a time of potent awakening on the planet, it's only natural for us to be corralling and cornering our shadow right now. Things that maybe we have denied about ourselves for so long, you can't even see that they're there. You don't even know where to look. You don't even know where to smell or how to find the hint. That's why people like I myself exist. We're here to help you follow the crumbs. We're here to help you take the hint. We're here to help you interpret the messages of the universe that are trying to bring you back into completion with yourself. And right now, this reading is really having to do with the shadow that is now emerging in our consciousness. It is no longer a rumor. It is no longer fake news. It is no longer something that we can deny. It is sitting there in broad daylight, gaining more description and more definition every day. Maybe in your life, on the inside personally, maybe externally as well as a collective in our society and in our governments, who knows? But I do know that most of us will feel like this is a overwhelming, what is that word, burden, like attack. You will start to find, if you have not already, your shadow in all of these new places, or maybe in all of these old places. But it's definitely going to be coming forward, trying to confront you and trying to be met by you, trying to integrate. In order for you to be complete, you have to face the darkest parts of yourself. It's inevitable, and it really is why we're here, why you came to this life, why we continue to endure existence every day, because we are looking for completion, and what we learn in separation is juicy enough to keep us wanting to stay here. So first and foremost, at this time, our shadow, the consequences of our separation, the effect of what we have caused by denying parts of our reality are coming back full force. Right now, we can see that as war. We can see that as gas prices. We can see that as food and inflation prices, right? Inflation is an issue right now. I mean, I'm feeling it. So in this moment, we are being bombarded by the karmic cycle, the end of a phase in a way, because we're trying to bust through and take this potent Aries April energy and create something new, initiate a new focus, a new priority sort, a new way of seeing our reality. So because of we have to have the looping, we have to have the nightmares, we have to have the fear to get to get us up and going, to light our fire, right? Get that Aries energy pulling in. That Aries energy is going to come in and magnify your fears right now. I'm not sure. There's fear, there's despair, and there's this inability to plan a future financially at this moment for a lot of us in the collective. We have no idea how we're going to pull in our income because the shifts are just happening that intensely. So remember that this despair and these struggles are here to support you. They're here to spark you and get you moving forward. We have new forms of financial and material abundance coming our way. New businesses, new contracts, new agreements, new ways of living, new ways of relating. I like to call it, actually, I'm creating a reading right now called Living Deep. Some of us are moving in with other people, moving in with family members just to cut down on pricing, right? So new opportunities coming for all of us, but we have to feel the nightmare of the old issues and the old patterns in order to break free of them. And it's really getting clear for most of us right now. That shadow is being revealed. It's not just, is there a shadow in the corner? It's like, oh, this is my shadow. I haven't fully met him yet, but he's here and we are getting to know each other. That's what's happening right now. And it's a good thing. It's releasing you and it's releasing our society from restriction, from entrapment, from illusion, from the idea that we don't have what we need in order to survive. That's an illusion. We have what we need. We have the resources to get what we need. We all have these abilities. It's just, how do we integrate the trauma we've experienced in order to get to those abilities? That's the true question. How do we meet the shadow? How do we know the shadow? And how do we accept the shadow so that we can create what our birthright is, what is naturally installed in all of you? Because that is the truth. That what is in the way of our success as humans and our achieving of our goals is our shadow. It's the unintegrated wounds. It's the unconscious patterns that we run with our loved ones or in social interactions. It's the unconscious patterns we run with our bodies, because if you don't run consciousness with your body, you're going to find exhaustion, illness, injury, discomfort, pain. So at this moment, all of them are coming out at once. That's kind of what it feels like. It's like springtime's blooming and all of the flowers are your deepest, darkest demons. But they're here because such opportunity is on your way. You have to clear them out. And if you resist facing them, they will stick around longer. And if you hang out with these things longer, you may miss the opportunities headed your way. So snip, snip, everybody. If those flowers are dying, if their leaves are dead from the winter, brush them off. You do not want your nutrients feeding something that is no longer serving you. You want these nutrients to feed what you are now beginning. And because it is the beginning phase, it requires the most amount of nutrients. It's kind of like that beginning first trimester of pregnancy. This is when women feel the worst, eat the most, feel most exhausted, because in order to really start the growth of that fetus, you have to pull so much nutrients from the body, from the human, from the host, in order to get it going. And that's where we're at. So if your life is crumbling around you, if you're feeling bombarded, accept the messages, work with them, use them to figure out what you don't need anymore, and start the patterns that you do. And I just want everyone to know, actually, I have a reading right now out that's called the Blind Spot Reading. And it's specifically for unveiling the shadow and also unveiling the mechanisms and the parts of yourself that you use in order to hide or to cover up the shadow. So DM me and maybe we can get you scheduled with one of those. They're very potent right now, and I would suggest for the season of April and all of this awakening, it could be really helpful. I hope this was good for you guys. I will be back soon. Happy April 1st. Do not fall for any tricks.